Are you crying? Cool. So, all right. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Brothers in Arms Podcast.
If my drink wasn't half full, I would have crushed it on my forehead.
I gotta tell you, I was trying to dig deep for some energy for this episode right there. I had a little blood sugar at the dog park this evening. That brought me into it.
Yeah, I felt
that
good.
right there woke me up. This week, we're going to be talking about bad guys.
Duh.
You ready to go?
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, man, that little video never gets old, does it?
No, it's fantastic.
No, every single time I love it. I love seeing Quentin.
And my tits.
Yeah, and your titties.
Yeah.
I got a hot take real quick before we really start diving in to the meat and potatoes, as I've heard other podcasts say.
That might be copyrighted.
Uh-oh. I'll get a lawyer up on that one right there.
I'll be your lawyer.
All right. Can't see that. That wouldn't work. We're approaching football season, and this last Sunday, I set out of the fantasy football draft for the first time in I don't know how many years.
Fucking traitor.
Yeah, well, fuck fantasy football. It sucks now. I'm done. I'm done. This is my official resignation letter to fantasy football. I'm going to tell you what.
They're going to miss you.
They are going to miss me. They're going to miss taking my money.
Yeah.
That's what they're really going to miss.
Me too.
I've always had hot teams, though. I've had really good teams.
Sexy teams.
But I just very sexy teams. But I haven't won it in the league that we had been in for a while there. So.
I did.
Yeah, you won. You won.
You did too once.
Because you backed out of a trade in week 1 early on.
Yeah.
Everyone, man.
You trade.
I TR'd you. I
You
TR'd
did.
you. I didn't.
You trade
I
fucked
didn't,
me.
but immediately it was like, oh, that is going to be a TR. Like, no problem.
And it was.
Week 1, Kareem Hunt went
I've never played.
off.
I don't know anybody.
I know them all.
And Josh was just like, oh, hey, buddy.
I was like, look, dude, I really need a Chiefs player on my team. Larry Fitzgerald, he's from the Twin Cities. He caught an SB winning touchdown pass on our boss back in the day. So here's Larry Fitzgerald. And I can't remember if I offered you something else too.
Yeah, it was just garbage.
Just probably. Yeah, probably just something.
Human garbage.
But you accepted the trade.
Because I didn't know what I was doing and I
And
trusted
the
you.
first game of the season was Chiefs Patriots, and Kareem Hunt had like a 40-point game, which is
300
huge.
yards.
Yeah, it was insane.
crazy.
He went off, and so everyone immediately was like, "Cancel, void this trade." Do
Everybody's
not let it happen."
like, did you do that trade with Josh? And I was like, yes. They're like, why? I don't know. Was that bad? And they're like, I mean, we should talk to Danny to see if we could get that trade.
It wasn't
reversed.
bad until he went off. We didn't know what
That's
was going
true.
to happen. All right,
Yeah, but
we were
it did
rolling
get
the
reversed.
dice, and we know your boy rolls 6s.
And
all
I
right?
won. I won that year.
That was the year you won. That's what I'm
did.
saying. That's how
Kareem
you won the thing.
Brought me
So-
the gold.
But here's why I'm
And you got him next year, I think.
I didn't. I did not win that league. I had the
I thought you won once.
no. I got all the way through. Didn't I? I thought I played Cat in the finals.
Yeah, and then Cat won.
Cat beat me.
And then I
That's
beat
weird.
Cat.
You got 2.
Or Cat won. Because Cat won 1 year and I won 1 year.
Okay. Yep. I think Cat beat me the year that she won. I had like the best team. Like everything was going right.
But then something
It was
happened.
Pat Mahomes' second year. He went off. I got him in like the 14th round or something like that. He was like the leading scorer in the league. I had James Conner who went off that year. I had Kareem Hunt. I had Travis Kelce.
But then the whole, your whole team,
then right at the end of the season, the wheels just fell off the whole thing.
Everybody was getting kicked off the team. Or
Kareem Hunt punted a chick in the face in a hotel or something.
I swear to God.
And went back. James Conner got hurt going right before the playoffs. But
Another player on the Chiefs team beat the shit out of a woman, too.
Tyreek Hill?
Yes. God, that guy is a strange looking guy. He looks like an insect. He's no neck. Like just all neck and like weird. He looks like an insect. Weird looking guy.
Yeah, I'd put him in a jar.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I'd poke holes in the top of that tinfoil.
He would beat the shit out of me.
Oh, for sure he would, dude. He'd run circles around you, man. That dude's so fast.
Yeah.
I think, I'm calling it right now, too.
Mm-hmm.
I think this year we're going to see 6 games max. I feel like the season will be canceled because of COVID-19.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I think all these leagues are going to be scrambling to divvy up the money again, all their buy-ins to everything.
Or it'll get pushed to like next year.
Cool.
You know, we'll double for next year.
All right, and then good luck with your redraft. Are you keeping the same team?
Or somebody quits
who's retiring, who's
somebody
quitting?
leaves.
Someone's bound to just die, probably. That could happen.
Or somebody in the league doesn't play next year.
Doesn't play next year. Like me, your boy. This is why I'm getting out.
I didn't even get an invite.
I'm getting out. Well,
damn.
Yeah.
They even invited Luke one year, and Luke Luke got fired.
He admitted, you're right. I think, wasn't he the commissioner the year before? So he got
and everybody was pissed at him and all this shit. And then I didn't even get an invite. Whatever. Bad blood.
It's fine. No big deal.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't like the way
I didn't get an invite. That's why you didn't do it.
And I'm not standing for it. All right.
Thank you.
Brothers
in Arms,
Brothers
I believe it is.
Arms.
Yes.
I don't like the way it changes the way I watch football.
That's true.
I don't like bouncing around on my phone anymore, taking up my whole damn day, seeing, following one game to the next and that kind of thing. It can be exciting. It's also extremely disappointing whenever you're bouncing around and eating shit, or
even if your team's winning and your fantasy team is losing, it wrecks the whole day still.
It does. I'm just focused. I'm a team guy now. My team. My Kansas City Chiefs team.
Yeah.
Now look,
wow.
Yeah. I know. It's
This is the year I come in hard on the Chiefs team. The year after they win the Super Bowl.
And to be fair, most of my fantasy football teams were just the Chiefs, or as many of them
Super Bowl winners.
I could draft.
The greatest team in the league.
It works if it works. Am I right? But at least offensively, those guys were just, a powerhouse.
Just insane.
But, now that we got the Super Bowl, I feel satisfied.
Out of the way. Out of the way.
Get the first one out of the way. Kind of like us getting our first 1,000 subscribers out of the way. So you could be a part of that.
Yeah, you could.
At home. You could be a part of that.
Why don't you join our subscriber drive? We're gonna be like NPR right now. For the rest of the month, every day, we're going to try and get subscribers. We're going to try and push as hard as we can. Why don't you join our subscriber fund? Join us now for a low fee of $5 and 5 subscribes.
Welcome back to NPR. We're doing a fundraiser here for...
Come on in. It's free to join. You just come on in and you sit down, you push that subscribe button, and you join us.
For a $10 monthly pledge, we'll send you a coffee mug.
Oh, coffee mugs.
Full of cat shit that can also be used to fertilize your coffee beans at home.
We're green here at NPR. At Brothers, at BIAP.
Today, the boys are doing distance learning, and Leo was listening to a meeting with his principal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm listening from the other room,
It's really hard to molest children distance learning.
Can't do it. It's a safety procedure. And I'm listening, and they're basically having a meeting about telling the kids how they were going to be trying to raise money in ways that you could ask your parents and people for money.
The parents are in the background.
Goal of $50,000. And I'm like, I bet they don't think I'm listening to this right now. And they offered them, they're like, all right, so the first class to get all their students to bring in $50, they all get to wear pajamas for a day. And even Leo, he's like, he hits, mute on his thing. And he's like, I'm in pajamas every day. It's distance learning. What is this crap? I'm like, that's a solid point, Leo. Yeah.
That principal's just like, go on into your grandparents' or your parents' wallet. Yeah. You just grab that Discovery card, and I'll show you right here how you just swipe it.
Yeah, that's right. We got PayPal. I got a Square reader right now. Line up.
Let's learn numbers, kids. Yeah.
That's how they're teaching them math nowadays. How to empty your parents' bank account.
Dude, that's smart.
So, anyway, fantasy football. I'm out. I'm out. Good luck to any of you guys out there. We'll be here for you when your team's crashing and burning and the football season is done. Come here for your Sunday entertainment.
Yes.
Come
Absolutely.
here to the Brothers in Arms podcast. Not your fantasy football bullshit. Go Chiefs. All right? All right, that's my hot take. That's Josh's hot take for the week. That's Young Gandalf's hot take. All right, so this week, bad guys, baby.
Duh.
Specifically, we do want to talk about villains and a couple of our favorite universes.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Marvel guy. I don't know. Do you consider yourself more of a DC guy, or you like them both equally? Or
So I like Marvel heroes better, but I like DC villains better.
Fair. All right. Yeah, that seems good. So, coming from my Marvel stance or my Marvel background, Spider-Man's probably my favorite individual hero. And
really?
I love Spider-Man. I love the X-Men.
Yeah.
Just as a squad. Marvel's got a lot of really good heroes.
Marvel's got great heroes.
I mean, the movies are, honestly, most of them are pretty fantastic. I used to not really like Iron Man or care about him much as a kid.
I agree.
But,
at all.
Man, ever since Robert Downey Jr. Has been playing that role, he's up there.
He changed the whole Iron Man aspect.
And I actually kind of like Captain America because of
me
that
too.
So
I really didn't like Captain at all.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, if there was another Captain movie came out, I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'm going to watch it. Heck yeah.
It's funny because the actors that played those characters in the Marvel movies in the MCU make me like the characters more. Where Spider-Man, my favorite character, most of the actors that have played him, I've hated.
Really?
Oh, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
I loved Andrew Garfield.
He could have been good, but those movies were garbage.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think they're really
Jamie
bad.
Foxx as Electro, I thought that was going to be like the Joker kind of thing.
Really cool,
I thought it was going to be like this sleeper, whoa, cool. And then it turned out to be so horribly shitty, the villain. That was just such a bad
It was not good, but I think they knocked it out of the park with Tom Holland. I think he's
Tom
fantastic.
Holland's awesome.
He's by far my favorite Spider-Man.
He's a sweet kid. Other than
sweet
the other ones
guy.
were not.
Nope. So specifically Tobey Maguire. Those are just awful.
See, it's funny because
with the shitty song Hero from that.
The first one was good. The first one I liked.
Was all right.
It was like the first, I feel like the first Marvel movie. You know what I mean? The first start of the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
So
it
it's
kind of got people interested in and then
they were like, let's have the
X-Men
Green
came
Goblin
out
be the
before
bad
that.
guy
I
in
think
everyone.
The original X-Men. I know, you're right. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's true. The original X-Men, that was really good.
I kind of like that
Except for when...
I like that one. I don't kind of like that one.
When Storm says to Toad,
oh boy,
what happens to a toad in a lightning storm? The same thing that happens to everything else.
Yeah.
You're just like, are you fucking kidding?
Thanks, Halle Berry. Thanks, Cat's mom.
Yeah.
Hey. So, anyways, I want to go through my top 5 favorite villains.
I don't know when to repeat what you're saying at the same time. I've tried every once in a while. I'm like, yep.
Okay.
Never mind.
Want to do it one more time?
I think that was yours. You did it good. Okay, ready.
Top 5 favorite Spider-Man villains.
We did not rehearse that.
Nope. I thought that was pretty good.
That felt good.
Whereas Bobby is going to be doing the top 5 Batman villains.
Didn't rehearse that one either. We probably should have.
Pretty good. Pretty clean run there.
That was good.
Why don't you start this thing off?
Oh,
man?
wow.
Yeah.
I was expecting you to start.
Yeah, I was ready to go, but, just audible at the line right there. So, Pat
Chiefs
Mahomes.
play. That's
touchdown.
a Chiefs play right there.
Chiefs play.
No
look. Touchdown, baby.
So, my Batman villains are a little bit different than what I feel like the conservative pick would be for Batman villains. I feel like everybody's going to be like, immediately the Joker. I feel like the Joker's a safe play. I don't think the Joker is the best villain. I think he's been played as the best villain. I think actors have done the right thing.
Sure.
But I'm also that way with a lot of the other villains that I have are great because of how they were played.
Yep.
I don't know. I just didn't want to do the Joker's on my list for sure. He has to be.
Good. Yeah.
But I think my number 5 is Solomon Grundy.
Is that Clayface? Who is that?
Solomon Grundy, he's like a zombie. He's a big freaking dude.
Okay.
He actually looks like the cave troll.
Okay, I like that.
But in like
maybe that's why I thought it was Clayface for some reason.
Yeah,
I don't know,
he's I guess pretty obscure. Yeah. But
I've heard the name. I've heard the name.
He's so good. He's got the song that goes with him where it's like Solomon Grundy died on a Monday or whatever the hell it is, and it goes through the whole week. Have you heard that?
No.
It's like a nursery rhyme.
Really?
Yeah, and that's like that's where he came from.
Are we gonna get claimed if I look it up?
No, I don't think so.
All right,
it's like from 1842. So I think the
was the character based off of?
Yeah, the character's based. The name of the lullaby or whatever the hell it is called Solomon Grundy. Wow. But it's not a song. It's a nursery rhyme.
Nursery rhyme.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's really good. It's a really cool nursery rhyme. It's creepy. He's a zombie. He's freaking huge and he's scary. He's got like a chain on his neck or a noose or something on his neck. Oh. Yeah, it's like he's a very cool. I think he
could be a Malifaux character.
Yeah, absolutely. Solomon. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. He was I think best portrayed in the Arkham series.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, those games were so good and he was phenomenal in that. He was a really good villain, really good, just hard dude to beat. He's a badass zombie that's been around forever.
Yeah.
And he's really hard to kill. Super strong.
Solomon Grundy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Numero 5.
Number 5.
All right. How about number 4? Let's go through. I want to go through all yours.
Oh, really?
Go through all mine.
Ooh, this is exciting.
Yeah. I just want to provide color commentary for your list.
This is actually good. I like this.
Yep.
So my number 4 is the Joker.
There you go.
Joker's classic. You got to have him in your list.
Didn't break the top 3.
He has to be in every top 5.
Oh, hey, real quick. Can I press rewind about Solomon Grundy?
Yeah. Sorry, my eyes been watering for like a week because of like allergies.
Who would you cast
as Solomon Grundy?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, that's a tough one. He'd have to be a big dude,
real big guy,
like 10 foot tall. But I mean, they did that with Hagrid, and that dude was a really small guy in real life.
True.
Who would you?
I don't know. I don't know the character that well. Oh man, but
that's a tough one.
Just because I love this actor, Javier Bardem.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect.
Cool.
Perfect cast for that. Boom! Wow. That would be perfect, dude.
Off the hip.
Yeah, like a No Country for Old Men style, but he's like a hulking guy. Yeah, that's perfect.
Cool. All right, so Joker, number 4. Yep.
Joker, he's classic. Has to be on every top 5. Like you said, he's probably on a top 3, but just because it's so cliche to have him on a Batman list, a villains list, because there's so many, that I had to push him down a little bit. Just, get him out of the way. Everybody knows the Joker. Everybody knows that he's great.
This ain't your grandma's top 5
No, this is some serious shit. This is the Bobby
Bathrobe
a lot of thought
list,
into this.
All right.
Number 3, Man-Bat.
I remember Man-Bat from the animated series.
Yep. Cool. So that my next 3 are from the animated series.
Awesome.
Huge fan of the animated series.
Where Batman's voiced by?
Ooh, Robert.
I thought it was Mark Hamill.
No, that was
Joker, wasn't it?
Shit. It's like Robert something is the voice of Batman.
Yeah, who cares?
He's a badass dude.
Is he cool?
Yeah.
It's not Mark Hamill, so I fucked that up. Still cool.
Another rewind.
Oh, speaking of rewinds, just to interject. Okay, so there's this band called...
I feel like Ethan Klein. I'm like...
Yep, you are, dude. You got Tourette's now, huh? Onset Tourette's. Mm-hmm. Called Church of the Cosmic Skull. Have you ever heard of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know anything about them, but I've definitely heard that name.
They're pretty interesting. And I think maybe during COVID, or I don't quite know the history, but the main guitar player and singer is this guy named Bill Fisher.
Okay.
And he just released this music video where I think it's one shot and the whole thing is filmed in reverse.
Oh,
and
cool.
He's singing the lyrics to his own song and doing all these other little things like smoking or like, I can't even remember all the little things he's doing, but all these small things that you're just like, I was entranced watching it because...
What's the band called?
It's just Bill Fisher.
Fisher.
But the band is Church of the Cosmic Skull, right? We'll check them out here in a minute. They're super cool. But
that is a crazy name.
But the whole video is shot in reverse, and you can tell because like smoke is coming in instead of out, and like different things like that. But he's matching up. I'm like, how do you get your brain to do that, to operate in reverse for 3.5 minutes for a rock ballad.
Oh, and it takes hours and hours and hours to do it.
Oh my God, dude. It's crazy. So I kind of think maybe they do it really slow.
Yeah. And then speed it up in reverse.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't know why I did that. We were just talking about rewinding.
That's really cool.
So that's what made me think of that.
It reminds me of what's that fucking song?
Far Side did a music video where they were all in reverse. The hip hop group from the 90s.
Oh no, I'm thinking what's the one where it's like the night is in reverse, and it's like the whole time you think it's a dude and he's like partying really hard, and at the end it's a girl. What? Doing drugs the whole time and like smashing windows and like making out with chicks and stuff. And you think it's a dude puking in the toilet, like
Chumbawamba?
Nope, not at all.
It sounds vaguely familiar, but I'm not.
I'll put it on. I'll put it in the podcast.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Very, very cool. Very cool. Huh. You've definitely heard the song. Jack my shit up or something like that. Smack my bitch up. Smack my bitch up.
Prodigy.
That's it. Yep.
Really? I guess I don't remember that music video.
That is one of the best music videos of all time. That's another list we should do.
We're doing it.
Top music videos.
We'll do it. Of the 90s.
Of the 90s, yes.
Okay.
Okay, number 3, Man-Bat.
Man-Bat.
He's exactly like Batman, but his polar opposite. That's the best way to say it, I think.
No, that's fair.
Like, he's
more bat than man instead of man than bat.
And he doesn't have he's not a vigilante, but he's like still needs the night, like all the stuff. I think he was like a scientist in the animated series, and something happened, and then he had to keep getting the serum, and it wasn't working, and then he's just a cool villain. He's like Catwoman, where it's not really a villain, it's more of an anti-hero kind of thing. Like he's accidentally a villain. Yeah. He's misunderstood. He just needs help, but he's definitely a villain. He fucks shit up and hurts people.
Okay, who would you
cast for this one?
Yeah.
This is hard. So the problem with casting heroes and super villains nowadays is there's so many sleepers. Like you're like Heath Ledger is the Joker. You never would expect that to be good just because people always thought of 10 Things I Hate About You and stuff. And then it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger is Mr. Freeze. Best Mr. Freeze presentation.
I couldn't even hold on that one.
That's a tough one. No, but there's a lot, like Robert Pattinson is being the new Batman. You never would have thought that would have been a Batman. And then you're like, wow, you watch it and you're like,
jazzed flute about that one.
Kat was like, who's your favorite Batman? And I was like, Robert Pattinson. She's like, are you serious? And I was like,
2 minutes of it.
Yeah, honestly, what I saw, I was like, finally a detective Batman. Finally this cool, dark, edgy, scary Batman instead of this like either you have the Christopher Nolan Batman, so it's like a AAA blockbuster extravaganza, or you have I think the closest were the Tim Burton's ones. Those are the closest to the detective style. They were still like action.
Michael Keaton is fucking baller.
He's my favorite. He's my favorite Batman.
You just said.
No, obviously I was kidding. Like I haven't seen it, but like, yeah, that one I was. Cat's like, you can't fucking pick that. Obviously, it's 2 seconds of him, and he just says when he beats the shit out of that dude, and he's like, "I'm vengeance." Like I was like, oh, he's my favorite.
Oh, he rocks that guy.
Yeah, just beats the living hell out of him. Yep. But yeah, definitely Michael Keaton. We were ranking him today, my wife and I was like, yeah, that's it. It's hard because you have Christian Bale, who did such a good job as Batman, not as Bruce Wayne. Michael Keaton did great as Bruce Wayne and Batman. Yeah. And he did it as like, that was the new age Batman. There wasn't a Batman like that before that. So it's like, they brought that dark and gritty and like really cool aspect to it with that fun, like gothic, like
that Tim Burton feel, right?
Yeah, really. But it wasn't the Coraline, style.
No,
it was very
still
dark
grounded
and gritty,
in reality,
but cool.
But yeah,
it was right when Tim Burton started losing his fucking mind. Like losing it in a cool way. But yeah, so Man-Bat is my number 3. My number 2.
Just for my 2 cents though, just because I really like this actor. I probably
shit! Yeah, sorry, I didn't pick one, did I?
Javier Bardem.
Perfect.
Every villain that I'm gonna name, I'd really consider Javier Bardem for this role right here.
Honestly, I would say for that character, it'd have to be because it's a scientist. So I would probably say somebody like Oh, that's a tough call, man. These are
Bryan
tough.
Cranston.
Yeah, absolutely.
Breaking
You're
Bad.
nailing it, dude. That's like a perfect.
I'm looking for a casting director.
perfect character.
Yeah.
Like that's a perfect character.
Thanks, man.
So
Somebody
I don't
is
call
going to
actors-
keep their job because of this podcast. Well, these guys have some great fucking ideas.
Number 2,
Yeah.
Clayface.
Oh, he made it. Cool.
I talk about Clayface a lot in my normal life.
Does he have a like non-hero or villain name? His alter ego? Or?
Yeah, his name is. I might have wrote it down.
Okay.
There's a lot of different versions of him.
Yeah.
I
I remember him from the animated series pretty well.
can't remember his
It's all
name.
good. We'll figure it out.
I'm pretty sure it's pretty similar in all the iterations of him, but he's like an actor, and then something happens to him in the Batman animated series. He gets into a car accident, like screws up his face really bad.
Yeah.
Has to get this stuff called like Renew, and then what is it? That's not it. That's the old one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, look up the animated series version. I can't remember. It's like
It's not Basil Carlo?
no, Basil Caro. No, but he screws up his face, and then he like is forced to OD on the stuff. Matt Hagen.
Matt Hagen.
That
What an innocuous name.
doesn't sound right.
That's the
No, it
image
definitely
of
is.
him? Yeah.
Definitely is. Oh, it's not touch. It's not touchscreen.
Wow, just touching the
Sorry.
screen there, huh?
You sure it's Matt Hagen? I thought it was Matt Hagen was the bad guy.
Oh, Matthew Hagen.
That makes a
There
lot
it
more
is.
sense. That
Yeah.
makes a lot more sense. But no, and then he's forced to OD, and it like penetrates all of his cells, and it's
Portrayed by Ron. I'm sorry.
that's perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a perfect.
Cool.
Yeah, has to be Ron Perlman.
Every single time.
Dude, that's crazy. These are like, yeah, you're nailing it, dude.
Cool.
He's awesome. He's so cool. He's always been since I was a kid. He's been these last two, my number 1 and number 2 are pretty much my number 1s. I love Clayface. He's such a cool character, and he's just like the way he's drawn in the animated series with his weird yellow teeth and his big yellow eyes, and he's just like hulking, and he can turn into anything. And the clay in that is so like coolly animated, you know. Like I really really liked it. And then he was also portrayed really well in the Arkham's video games too. He was great.
I never got that far into him to have encountered Clayface.
He's great.
Sadly. Cool.
Super good.
Do you remember talking about Clay?
Clay Aiken?
Clay
My
Fighters?
favorite. Oh yeah. Clay
game,
Fighters.
That game.
Yeah.
That Clay was sick.
So good, dude. So good. You could be the snowman.
cool. Yeah.
You could be, I think it was like a bunny or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. That and Killer Instinct were my 2 favorite fighter games. Mortal Kombat, obviously, but like everybody had Mortal Kombat. The cool ones that like you couldn't really get were like Killer Instinct and Clay Fighters.
I got Killer Instinct because I had a Super Nintendo.
Yep.
And
the Mortal
came
Kombat one
with-
sucked for Super Nintendo.
It wasn't as good.
There's no
And
blood.
The Killer Instinct came with a CD. And it was the soundtrack.
Oh.
When I bought, I got like
I
for
rented
Christmas. Oh, dude. Me and, was it Cinder and Glacius? I liked the 2 elemental characters from that, you know? They had very similar
Oh yeah, it was
movesets.
like a boxer or something.
Yes.
Was one Cinder? Was, they're fire. Yep,
Yeah,
there
it
was
was
fire,
a fire
and
and an
ice.
ice guy.
Yep.
There was a boxer. I can't remember what his name was.
There was
but,
the skeleton, the
Yep.
Velociraptor.
a werewolf.
There was a werewolf. Dude, they had such a cool lineup.
Yeah, the chick Orchid,
Yeah.
who if she took some damage, kind of like Chun-Li in Street Fighter, them titties don't pop out of that
Really?
old brother.
Like her whole tit?
Yeah, I mean it's like 32-bit graphics, so it's
But
like
her boob came
it's
out?
flesh tone on the boob area. Yeah, it was
Dude, that's a
really
tough
cool.
one because like your friends are over, you have a sleepover, and then that happens, and you're like, you guys need to get the fuck out of the room right now.
You're about to see some things.
I've seen my dad do to my mom, and I don't want you to see it.
Holler. Yeah. Number 2,
God,
Clayface.
that's such a good game, though. Clay Fighters. That's
Yeah,
another
yeah.
top 5 we should do is video games, like old 90s video games. Fighter games.
Fighter games, man.
Number one has to be Scarecrow. Scarecrow he's just so cool.
Yeah.
They can bring the scariest aspects of Batman that are unrealistic and make them realistic through his like what the fuck is that shit called? His terror gas or
terror
something like that.
gas.
I actually have it written down. But he just represents he's human. he's not like a super villain. He's a human who has this fear toxin. That's what it is.
Fear toxin. You know what I liked about him in the portrayal of Batman Begins?
Oh, so good. Cillian Murphy or whatever.
Almost like a burlap sack thing.
Yes.
It reminded me of like Friday the 13th when Jason, Didn't Jason wear one for a while before he had the mask?
That's the second one.
Yeah.
Well, the first one too, it was his mom.
Was his mom?
And it's like it's a burlap sack that does nothing until he gets you with the fear toxin. Then it turns out, like all this crazy stuff. Oh, yeah. And it was portrayed so well in the Batman Begins movie, and it was so sad that he wasn't in any of the other ones.
Yeah,
because he was so like right at the beginning of Dark Knight, and then he gets arrested, and then it's done. But it's like, I don't know, what he brings to the table in the Arkham games too. He brought a whole level where you're going through, and he's so freaking scary. He's got needles for fingers, and like he's this giant, huge head.
I think I did play that. I think I got that far.
You get into the morgue, and you gotta yep. He's just the best. He's the best because he can make any fear real. Cool. There's like Killer Croc. There's Joker. All those guys are just that. Oh. But Scarecrow brings in that element of your fears, your phobias to real life. So it's the thing that scares you the most, he brings to life. Not like, oh, I'm fighting a big Killer Croc or I'm fighting Penguin. It's like, I don't know, just the best.
I like it.
Yeah.
Solid list. You know what? That actually kind of helps me. I'm going to transition into...
Segue was a really big favorite word of mine we've been using a lot.
Segue.
So, yeah, thank you.
I like it because I actually have never been on one.
I have one right over there.
There it is. Hey, how did I? Yeah.
It's my pet chihuahua.
I would almost say, to a lesser degree, the character Mysterio is sort of a Marvel equivalent to Scarecrow, right?
Yeah.
To a lesser degree.
Yeah.
Not as cool.
I understand what you're saying, though.
So he's actually on my honorable mention. I didn't.
I wish you would have known an honorable. I would have had like 20 honorable mentions.
It's your fucking podcast, dude. You can do honorable mentions if you want to. Wow.
I just puked on the mic.
It's your microphone. You can puke on the microphone if you want to. Honorable mention number 1 is going to be Mysterio for me.
How many honorable mentions do you have?
I have
16.
3 technically, if he's one of them.
Okay.
All right. So then the other one is
so he's not one. He's not one of them. So now you only have 2, right?
Okay, I got 2. Yeah. And I'm grouping these 2 together, and again, kind of like Bobby, I feel like I shook things up a little bit.
If you're gonna say what I think you're gonna say.
This is going to be Green Goblin and Hobgoblin.
You're going to say Snowflake and Safe Space.
My favorite villains. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Yeah. Don't you worry. Yeah. No, they're fine. They didn't make.
Did you say Green Goblin and Hobgoblin?
Yeah, both of them.
Ooh. Hobgoblin's my favorite Spider-Man villain.
Hobgoblin is, and that's Harry, right?
No.
I thought Hobgoblin was...
Hobgoblin's a complete offshoot of...
Oh, shit.
As far as I know, I'm pretty sure Hobgoblin's completely separate from the Osborn.
Who was James Franco whenever he became?
He was Harry. But he was Green Goblin.
And he was Green Goblin.
Yeah,
and his dad was...
Green Goblin.
Oh, okay.
I know. That's why those original Spider-Man movies, it's like 3 origin stories of the Green Goblin. You're like, come on.
Yeah, pass. Okay, so never mind the Hobgoblin. The Green Goblin and all iterations of him can be in that. Strong character, not in my top 5.
Yeah, but good.
But fine. Yeah, he's fine. So number 5.
Yeah,
Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah,
this guy's badass.
Yeah,
this guy's super cool. He's just a big game hunter who just wants to.
That's a surprising choice.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm, for sure.
I always thought that guy was super cool. He was cool. Like.
Are you thinking of it from the Spider-Man animated series too?
100%.
Yep. Yeah, he was really cool.
And from
such a good show.
From miniatures games like Hero Clicks, I had one of him, and he was like super cool in the Hero Clicks game. I thought, and I think he just has a cool design. I like that.
Yeah, the big lion's mane almost.
100%. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I said, he's a big game hunter. Wants to test himself. Spider-Man is like the game to hunt in New York City. Does he have
what's his superpower? So like he was injected or something?
No,
he's just normal guy.
Just cunning.
I thought he was like
in like a 14-inch schlong.
yeah.
That's why the animals respected him. Lions.
Anything
and
comes
all
up,
those
he
things.
just whips that bitch
they're
out.
like, oh, yep, okay, all right. Yeah.
Sorry, sir.
You got it. Alpha alert. Here he is.
I'll be your beta.
So yeah, I mean, he was always kind of depicted as kind of, having sort of like a beard and like short dark hair and like the big, like almost like lion's mane coat and like leopard print pants and things like that. I think if I were to cast him in a film, I'm going to bring Jason Momoa over from the dark side of DC.
Yeah.
And put him as Kraven.
Yeah.
Okay?
I think they're doing Kraven on the next Spider-Man movie.
I think you're right. I believe I did hear that. I've not heard who's playing him, but that would be my number 1 vote.
Yeah.
My number 2 vote is change the origin story a little bit, because I believe Kraven is Russian or Serbian, or he's European, right?
Yeah.
So my take on him for the MCU would be make him from South Africa and cast Ninja.
Really?
From D'Antwoord.
Really?
And make him like slightly Afrikaans.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if
Ninja
he cannot say fuck though.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Put a hard R on Spider-Man 3. Kraven takes the hood. Is the working title. Title. The hood being NYC.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Bulk that guy
and make
up.
him, yeah. And that's what, because there's, obviously like safari style wildlife or whatnot in South Africa. And that could kind of be his, or maybe like a new Kraven.
He's like a poacher.
Yeah, yeah. He could be a poacher even. Make him a little more dislikable or,
I mean, he's I think he portrays in his, like, I know it's like all a show
a character.
for D'Antwoord,
yeah.
but like he's still like the anti-hero in his, I
his
guess
own
you can't call it
story,
real
sort
life,
of,
but
so-
like
right,
his charade, which is awesome. He does such a good anti-hero.
Yep.
I think that's how Kraven is, I feel like.
100%. So, all right. So number 5, Kraven. Number 4, we've already seen this character on screen before. I kind of prefer him in the animated series, but I feel like...
Wait. Can I guess?
Yeah.
Doc Ock?
Doc Ock, baby.
I knew it.
Yeah. Molina. What's his name? The guy that played him.
He did a great job. He looked just like him.
Yeah. I thought
Just like him.
I thought he did a really good job.
Yeah.
I think more about like the look of the 90s animated series.
Where it's like the hair that's like perfectly cropped around his head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's got basically like swimming goggles on, like the full mask swimming goggles, the green and yellow suit.
Purple. Did he
I
have
don't think it's
purple on
purple.
there?
I think it's just green and yellow.
Oh, I thought there was purple on there.
I'm pretty sure it's green and yellow. It's like a strong 2-color scheme right there. He's cool. I really like this idea that he's into this like body transformation hardcore shit. Like I'm gonna put these like metal tentacles on my body, and the alliteration Otto Octavius OO is really good.
Yeah.
Kind of like Peter Parker, Otto Octavius. I like
Otto's
that
a cool word.
Otto's a cool
name.
I like that alliteration in the superhero world. So bonus point for that for him. And if I was going to cast him, what I would do, I would wait about 10 years to recast him, and I would cast Oliver Tree.
Oh my
play.
God. He has the bowl cut, dude. He's got that bowl cut.
He's always wearing goofy ass sunglasses and shit.
Yeah.
So, and have him play almost like an autistic version. Of
just really
Doc
just
Ock.
like
Yeah.
into his work, like
Way
hyper
into
intelligent.
his yelling at everybody, always upset,
That is Oliver Tree.
Yeah.
That's the role for Oliver Tree.
There we go. So
That's
just
awesome.
let him age a little bit. Like a fine wine, just let Oliver Tree
Let him grow up.
grow into that Doc Ock role. I'm thinking like summer 2031.
Oh, wow. You got a ways to go.
We got a ways to go.
long wait.
This world's probably going to be over.
I was going to
by
say,
then,
we'll be
but
dead by then.
We'll definitely.
Everyone's dead.
Okay, so let's move on to number 3.
Can I just guess yours, please?
Yeah. Are you looking at my screen?
No, actually, that's the thing. I am not.
Careful.
I want to say your number 3 is Venom.
Nope. Good guess, but it's not number 3.
Okay.
My number 3 is the Lizard.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. I really like that character.
Yeah.
You're going to kind of notice with a vast majority of Spider-Man supervillains.
Okay.
They're all in like, there are scientists or in the, you know, the field of research and development of certain things.
I'm thinking of what your next two could be. There's so many more options, and
a lot of options.
I gotta say, Lizard wouldn't have been on my top.
I love Lizard.
And Craven and Lizard would not have been on my top.
Dude, I think it's so cool. He's an amputee. He's missing an arm, and I just see like his.
He's
research,
another anti-hero where he's like misunderstood because when that
100%
serum takes loose on him,
he's trying to, and it makes sense. A lizard that can regrow its tail, the regenerative properties of the lizard that he would be doing the research.
Who played him in the Andrew Garfield one?
Rice Davies or whatever that guy's name is, or
oh, I know who you're talking
about. Talking about,
yeah,
kind of a just.
It wasn't.
Nutsack of a dude. I'm not really into.
No, I agree.
And they butchered what he looked like.
He did. That was really good in the Topher Grace, or not the Topher Grace, the Tobey Maguire one. Lizard was in that, but he wasn't Lizard yet. He was the scientist with the arm,
right?
With the lack of arm, I guess.
Yeah.
I think they did a good casting job on that, though. I think that he was better. He's that typical, stereotypical, like, I don't know, northerner. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like he's like a Midwestern guy.
Yep.
All right. I liked him. I don't remember his name.
You just gave me an idea for a casting idea, but I'll give you my first choice
for Lizard.
For Lizard, Negan from The Walking Dead. The actor's name Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
I gotta disagree with you.
You don't like that one?
I think that guy's too powerful. He's too powerful of an actor.
The
Lizard's supposed to be like a weak scientist who's like
kind of a meek guy. Yeah, is that how you've?
That's what I would think.
I mean, I think that I see where you're coming from.
I got a choice.
But I think though that he's still powerful despite that. So whenever he's able to grow that and become a monster, it's like
I think the monster's CGI at that point. So it's like
I mean it's going to be a CGI guy when we make this movie in a few years.
When we do this
all right,
in 2031, we're going to have the best
Spider-Man
production. We're going to have the best Spider-Man Batman crossover. Because Marvel's going to own DC here in a couple days.
Who is your? You're probably right. Who is your casting?
You watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
You know the McPoyle brothers?
Yeah.
You know the one McPoyle brother, not the shitty one, but the kind of famous McPoyle brother?
Yep. The blonde dude.
That's who I would cast as.
He looks like Rice Davies, though.
Yeah, but he's cooler than Rice Davies.
He is cooler than Rice Davies.
Way cooler.
I'm saying Rice.
I don't even know.
What are you saying? Rise?
Is it? It's the RHYS.
Yeah, I think so.
I think I'm thinking of the wrong guy. Is that the guy that's in like Flight of the Conchords?
No, I don't think so.
He's awesome. I think his name is Rice too. Rice Darby. Rice Darby is the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, who the fuck am I thinking of? I might have this guy's name wrong. Who played the lizard?
La Lizard. I don't know, but I think honestly, what is that guy's name? The McPoyle brother.
Rice Ifans.
Yeah, that guy's kind of a lame wad. What else has he been in?
What up? Look at this puss.
Look at his name is like just a bunch of consonants.
He's not into this guy.
All consonants.
All right, let's. Yeah, I actually do want to see this
because he's always. I feel like he always plays like a good guy that turns into a bad guy. Always, and he's always like a side quest guy.
Yep. He's got this like.
He's got a little bit of suave to him in certain.
Guess.
He's like a trailer trash suave.
He looks like he'll forever be a DJ in Europe in the late 90s.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know anything. I'm looking at
there's
here.
Not a lot going on here.
Spider-Man.
He's such a side quest guy.
He was in Pirate Radio. Kind of like that movie. Don't remember him though. But
yeah, there's not a lot here to look at. I mean, shit, I've never even heard of these movies. The Undertaker.
Oh,
Chromophobia.
Garfield, A Tale of Two Kitties.
Wow.
He was a voice
Bill Murray's
actor
in that, so I'll take it.
Yeah. Oasis, The Importance of Being Idle. I think that was just a
oh my God. Dude, look at how many movies he does in a year. 2005, 2005, 2004, 2004, 2004, 2003, 2002. Like, they're just every fucking year.
Little Nicky. He was in Little Nicky.
That's what it was.
The one
Yep.
okay.
Yep. He was one of the brothers, the bad brothers, right?
Wow. Yeah.
And the replacements. He's the kicker in the replacements. Wow. Yep. So he had a good year there.
Wow.
2000 was a good year for him.
All right for him.
Then he did Rancid Aluminum.
That was before. No,
Kevin and Perry Go Large. Still. Yeah.
Notting Hill with
that was a big one.
What's his name?
Other than that, yeah, pretty much it. Good for him.
Ragpo Bread.
I mean, he pretty much makes on average 2 movies a year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not bad. I'm sure he's getting some paid.
Not bad. That's 2 movies more a year than I'm making.
Absolutely.
Currently.
Absolutely.
Currently. We're doing a list, aren't we?
Yeah, top 2.
Dude.
Okay, I mean, so you have Electro, you have Carnage, you have Venom, you have Sandman. Yeah. Who the fuck do you have for your top 2?
All right, number 2. Kingpin.
Oh my God, a great one. Dude. Yeah, significant. You gotta have him.
How good are the villains for Spider-Man, dude?
Spider-Man. Okay. You know what? I thought Batman had the best. Spider-Man's got the best.
Dude, Spider-Man's got the best.
Yeah.
He might be, this might be a split. Yeah. Like, he might be more well-known as Daredevil's, like, main adversary.
I would have thought Punisher.
But also, you know what I mean? Like,
he's a great crossover villain.
Netflix series. Yeah, it's ported NYC street justice scene.
Yep. He's like a Falcone in Batman, but badass. Falcone's kind of a bitch.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely. He's
Willem Dafoe played him, or Vincent D'Onofrio played him so.
I was gonna say I have nobody else. I feel like he should just always play him, man.
So good.
That was awesome in the Daredevil series. Rocked. Yeah. I just love that you just like you can't intimidate this guy.
No.
He's ultimately a crime boss who's the muscle and the super genius.
He doesn't need a bodyguard.
Who has nearly infinite funds and has just bullied his way to the top.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
He's a perfect not super villain. He's a perfect crime lord.
Yep.
In a good way. Where it's like every time you hear Kingpin, you immediately are like, cool, Kingpin. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I'm never disappointed when Kingpin. I mean, except for like the Punisher movies, but
yeah,
not good. Yeah.
All right, so let's just move on to number 1.
Number 1.
It's Venom.
Oh man, Carnage!
Venom, man.
I thought you'd say Carnage.
Carnage is super cool, but they're sort of one and the same for me, and I wanted to leave room for some other guys on there that I really like.
That's a tough list, I guess. That is a tough list.
It's a tough ass list, bro.
Yeah.
Venom's super cool. Mm-hmm. And the movie with Tom Hardy came out a couple years ago.
I haven't seen
Venom, it. Sony.
Heard the second one's supposed to be going to be way better.
Okay. The first one's not bad. I don't think people loved it.
I didn't hear anything good about it.
It's a little choppy. You kind of see where the whole thing's going. It's all kind of laid out in front of you.
You did watch it?
I did watch it, yeah. However, I think if Venom got the Marvel treatment, we'd all be better.
I think Tom Holland's supposed to be in the next one.
So actually, what I heard was that Venom is making an appearance in.
Oh, Morbius. Okay. So in Morbius, sorry.
Yeah.
Jared Leto's playing Morbius.
So
that's another great villain.
That's it's a great villain. I thought that was a really good casting choice.
Yeah.
Again, bring him over from DC.
Yeah.
Come on over, Jared Leto.
People
bring all your cult followers, buddy.
People gave him a really tough time about Joker. I thought he was kind of cool looking.
Yeah, I actually thought like he was one of the elements that worked in the Suicide Squad.
I thought it was cool. It was like different. It was the most different Joker, which is awesome because you're not tired of it.
Yeah.
People were like, dog shit character, and Jared Leto went over the top and stuff. I
loved the over the top.
Yeah.
Felt like a just loose cannon to the
he was scary
degree. The whole like, and he had the smile.
Yeah. It was very
cool.
Kitschy kind of thing. But like, I thought it was cool. It was part of the new times, tattoos and shit. Like,
for sure. And
I thought it was cool.
They brought him into modern times. And I was like, all right, he's a good-looking enough guy for Harley Quinn to want to be.
Margot Robbie is
10. She's a hard 10, right?
Yeah,
I don't even do blondes, all right?
Yeah.
Not on my resume. But Margot Robbie, good Lord. Ever since Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Just been...
Oof. Anything with Margot Robbie.
Anything with Margot Robbie. But Venom is a really cool character. And aesthetically, just the way Venom looks, basically a black Spider-Man suit, but super hulked out with the white, with the white kind of
splotch.
Yes, in the middle there.
Yep.
Looks super
The
cool.
really long tongue.
Yes, the long tongue.
Very cool.
I love this idea that dude's just trying to snack. He's always hungry.
Yeah.
That's his thing. You cannot satisfy the hunger of the
symbiote. I was gonna say, I love that it's like an alien.
Yeah.
And there's a man under there.
Yep.
There's a man in there that's
Yes.
the symbiote's feeding off his
Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
And they're coming together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're coming together.
That's the scary part about Cassius Cletus too.
Yeah. There you go.
They really come together. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like the black Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like the black suited Spider-Man. Because I felt like it was a ripoff of Venom. You know what I mean? Because it's because I think Spider-Man gets the symbiote, doesn't he? And that's when it changes his suit to black. I just felt like it was just a rehash of Venom, whereas Venom's cool by himself. Don't overplay it with the black suit.
Right.
And then they did, and then it was it wasn't bad.
I think there was a storyline too where Kraven kills Spider-Man.
And Eddie Brock becomes Spider-Man.
And then, no, Kraven does.
Oh.
Kraven wears a black Spider-Man outfit.
Weird.
And
I've
then,
never heard that one.
Yeah, it's like the last hunt of Kraven or something. It was a little arc they had. And I'm sure they've used the black Spider-Man suit multiple
Don't get me wrong. The black Spider-Man suit's not bad. It's just not... I just feel like they took it from Venom.
For sure.
Took away from Venom by doing that.
I agree.
You didn't even talk about the Sinister Six, by the way.
We haven't. I got a few of them on this list here.
Your honorable mentions, then you got...
Yeah. Final thoughts on Venom. What?
No, I was looking to see if
final
what the
thoughts
fuck are you
on
looking
Venom
at?
Is that I really want to see a Venom movie done by Marvel. I feel like the Sony picture...
How did they not
would
get
have
it?
been better served had it had some other supporting hero action in it. There's no...
I think Tom Hardy was a great cast, though.
The casting choice was fantastic.
Yeah.
However, I would offer another one in case you didn't use Tom Hardy. Love you, Tom Hardy. I'm not saying you shouldn't play him. You did a great job.
Fucking love him.
I like Charlie Dunham. You know who that is? He was the guy that played King Arthur. He's been in...
with the weird eye?
Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
I feel like he could play, if he just gave you an accent a little bit, he's that kind of guy, that Eddie Brock accent.
Yeah.
I could see him being sort of that build.
So Topher Grace is not your first pick.
Topher Grace can eat a symbiote wiener. You know what I mean? Horrible choice. Horrible choice.
After that 70s show and hearing that he didn't come back for the cast reunion and how big of a fucking asshole he was, I just hate that guy. I just hate that guy.
All the things that have come out about Danny Masterson about being whatever. Yeah. I just assumed were already true about Topher Grace.
Oh yeah.
Just kind of fuck that dude. I don't know you, but man, fuck you. Right?
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, you seem not
fuck
cool.
Danny Masterson too.
Yeah, sure.
Fucking Scientologist, fucking idiot, raping people. What a fucking piece of shit.
Yep. That dude.
Ashton Kutcher's a badass dude. Can we talk about that?
Yeah,
that dude fights for kids,
let's talk about
for
that.
Children slaves and shit, sex slaves. That dude, he's a badass motherfucker, man. Ashton Kutcher
cool,
puts his money to work.
He's best friends with fucking Bruce Willis after he's been banging his ex-wife for years. That's how good of a dude he is.
Can we talk about, is it Demi or Demi?
I'm a Demi guy.
Say it again?
Demi,
okay.
Demi.
Me too. Demi Moore.
I'm just like Demi Moore.
I feel like it's Demi Moore.
I never say just Demi by itself or Demi.
Yeah, it's always Demi Moore.
It's a Demi Moore.
Yeah, Demi Moore. It doesn't sound right to say Demi Moore.
Demi Moore?
Demi Moore.
Demi Moore?
Demi Moore.
Demi Moore, right now. Tell me more.
Tell me more.
I interrogate you.
I don't know. Yeah. No. Yeah, he's a good dude. The rest of them can fuck off. Except for Fez. Fez is cool.
Who would you cast Ashton Kutcher to come into the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Where would he be?
I could see, by the way, we kind of just glossed over. Jake Gyllenhaal was a great Mysterio.
He was really good.
Great.
I actually really liked him a lot.
Thought he was a good guy for the whole time because I forgot Mysterio's like background and I thought he was going to be a good guy. He played it so well. I was like, I like this guy so much. And then he just fucking
He's got
totally
good,
backstabs.
He's got good chemistry with Tom Holland whenever he's like mentoring him a little bit.
He's a great actor.
Giving him some good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ashton Kutcher, I would probably put him as Kraven.
You would put Ashton Kutcher.
I could see him as a Kraven.
Kind of.
Yeah. He's tall.
Wow.
He's kind of like bulky, I guess, if he wanted to.
You know who else I think could play?
He's got an Ed Hardy
Kraven's a good one to kind of think about a little bit.
Kraven, because he's gonna be here.
The dude that plays the Punisher, if he wasn't already the Punisher, I feel like he.
Oh, the dude from Walking Dead.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That guy's so.
He played
badass.
the perfect Punisher. That is one of my favorite scenes in cinema
really
history. Is when he's fighting in that prison and just like killing like 30 guys. Like it reminded me a lot of what's your favorite movie? The Raid. Reminded me a lot of The Raid, where it's just like
the actions that
and Old
quality.
Boy, just like Old Boy too, in that scene going down the parking ramp. Yep. Oh my god, with the hammer.
Yeah,
oh, so good.
Because it's like that's like a one shot.
Yep. Yeah. And then what makes it even better is Kingpin's watching the Punisher do all that. You know what I mean? He orchestrated all those guards to come in and shit. Like, I don't know. Kingpin's so, badass.
Low key aroused by that whole scene.
No, low key. He had his wiener out pushing that tip against the glass.
He's got brain on the table, bro.
He was just
there it is.
Yeah. So aroused.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fun to talk about bad boys. We bad boys for life.
I guess I'd be Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
You'd be Will Smith.
I'd probably be Will Smith. Damn.
Why?
I just don't like Will Smith, but I'll
really?
take him. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. He's too likable. I think we're too similar.
Did you watch
People call me the white Will Smith constantly.
Nonstop. We're out in public, especially with his mask on.
I swear to God,
he has a Will Smith mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So we're walking out there.
COVID mask. Yeah.
Did you watch the whole, like, his wife and him going through that shit? And then she, like, brought him on her show.
That was super weird. We're like partners now. It's like a domestic partnership where we're like allies. And,
Wait, no.
What you're talking about?
No.
What are you talking about?
She cheated on him?
Yes. Yeah. And that's what they were basically. He was like cool with it, right?
No.
Oh, what? Okay,
he was
I have
like
a misunderstanding.
This was like just like last month.
Yes. Yeah. I know.
She brought him to the red table or round table, where the fuck.
And what did he say?
He's like, she was like, basically he was there to like. They never went to the news.
I thought he like gave the dude his blessing or something.
No.
Okay.
They separated for like a minute. And because I guess she was crazy and he was like, I can't do this shit. So they separated and she went and banged his friend. So she didn't like cheat on him, but like she fucked this dude. And they were like separated. They were still together. They were separated. Yeah. And then she brought him on the show and it was like, yeah, we had like, she was like, we had like relations or whatever. And he was like, what the hell does that mean? And she was like, I don't want to get weird, but we had relations or whatever. And he was like, what? Like, it was super fucking awkward.
I didn't watch that.
It was so awkward.
I thought, I knew that had happened. And then I kind of thought then like the news cycle had said something about like, did Will Smith give this dude his blessing?
See, that's the thing. That's what Will Smith kept saying in the show. He was like, we never told the press anything. We've never talked to the press about anything ever. Yeah. So they're blowing it all out of proportion. So they did that interview to like quell all the conspiracies and shit.
And this dude's just like, I don't know, man. Jada Pinkett Smith just showed up at my house and wanted to bang one day. Dude. And then now I got Hancock.
It was super fucking awkward. Like, it was super weird. You got to watch that episode.
Do you think Will Smith is he's not a Scientologist, is he?
No, I hope not. It sucks because when you find an actor that you actually really like and you're like, cool, man, they're cool. Like, I can relate to them because that's what actors are. They're not real people. They're like people. They're like seriously like. And
you're finding like characteristics of yourself in them.
Yeah, once you're an actor, like I'm trying to tell my wife that she talks about like Kim Kardashian and stuff, and I'm like, well, they're not people. They're not people anymore. Like Kanye West, he's not a person. He considers himself a god. Like it's these people that think they're like more than human, like Kim Kardashians and that kind of shit. These super,
like the guys from the Brothers in Arms podcast. Like, you know, they might seem like real people,
but Jesus, as soon as we're done here, we're like 8 feet tall. We like we have gold shirts and shit we put on. No, it's just crazy because you think of an actor or an actress and stuff, and I'm not talking about the Rise Iphans or whatever the fuck that dude's name is. I'm talking like the big multimillionaires like Tom Cruises and shit like that. That are Scientologists that are like their life is no longer real. They're in a dream state where it's like they can do whatever they want.
But a handful of people have lived their life on. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah,
that kind of wealth.
It's crazy because people really get obsessed with celebrities like that, and you're like, well, they're not real. They're not real people. They're no longer thinking in a real fashion. There's no, I have to pay my mortgage or I have to do this. It's like
they don't face the kind of real problem.
Yeah, they're like, I have a private jet that I fly around the world and I can do whatever the fuck I want whenever I want. The laws don't really look at Jeffrey Epstein. You know what I mean? Like people like that.
But would you say, Bobby, that mo money, mo problems? Is that
you know what? Yeah, I'm sure that's like a thing at like a certain point. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you're making like $200,000 a year and then over that, you're like, nah, whatever. I don't care. Yep. Yeah. I'm a millionaire at this point. I don't give a shit.
Just like when, like, I'll wipe my ass with a towel, like a brand new towel instead of toilet paper.
Yep. That's when you're like, no more problems when I get more money.
Problems are gone until you get stage 3 colon cancer, and then
we got to talk about that.
We should talk.
That sucks, man. Yeah. Like that is tragic. He was so my daughter growing up now, she's really into Marvel. She's 2 years old, 2.5 years old. And she likes Spider-Man and that kind of stuff, but like more the cartoony stuff. But like, we were really pumped to be like, yes, the Black Panther, like saga, to come out. Yes. And losing him, that's a big blow, man. That really sucks. That's a big blow to the Black community too. Cause they actually had like, I'm not saying there isn't heroes in the Black community, but you don't see a lot of staged heroes, like a lot of like actors that are African American. You don't see that. There's, you got the Denzels and all that shit, but like he's a real superhero.
Playing a superhero.
Yeah, like a Black superhero on the screen to really push other Black kids and Black folk just to like go farther in life. And
it's a lot of cool elements of African and Black culture.
The Wakanda, the fictitious like Wakanda.
Arguably the best soundtrack to a movie in probably the last 5 years or more. I mean,
and the Killmonger, I didn't even know who the hell he was. He soon became one of like a very cool villain.
Oh, he climbed the list real fast because I also didn't know that character.
Yeah,
he was BA.
What is the name of the dude he shoots? Is it Andy Serkis? Andy Serkis is in that, right?
Claw.
Dude, Andy Serkis, he is awesome.
Yeah. Andy Serkis did a full read through of The Hobbit.
How much did you listen to that?
Almost none. Like
Corey listened to almost all of it.
I believe that. Yeah. I don't have a whole lot of time to.
Me neither.
Coordinating a podcast every week where literally everything we say is scripted. Every single thing.
100%. We have cue cards right there.
There it is. That one. Those are
teleprompters.
Mine. Those are yours over there. If this one fails, I got to back up here for you.
Mine are all just pictures.
Hieroglyphs. Yeah. Cat's sign languaging like over here to you.
Don't fucking touch this. Okay.
Whoa. All right. So. R.I.P. man.
I
do.
What was his name?
Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick Boseman. Cool name.
Are you crying?
Oh my goddamn eye is watering.
Okay.
I got sand in my
eyes. So here's a question.
Are you fucking crying?
What's going on here? Would you? I feel like there's a couple routes they can go with Black Panther from here, and I think that the comics. And maybe the most sensible thing to do would be to have his sister Shuri, I think it is. Shuri, take over.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that's what it is.
Okay.
That's what I heard.
You think that's the route?
Well, I heard there's this big debate on Facebook where they were like, Killmonger should be.
Or that's the other option.
Yeah.
You use one of the Infinity Stones to bring Killmonger back.
That's what I saw.
And
they were saying they should do like
go
this.
that route just because they have a history. Those two actors, and that's why I like that. Like Shuri is an awesome character, and I would be.
She's super cool.
Totally fine if they went that route, but because of sort of what it means. Like behind the scenes, like with the actors, they were saying that the culture and all these.
He had all the plant. He burned all the plants, and he was the last one to get the. So it makes sense for him to be a Black Panther.
It would work, right? Yeah. But literally the relationship between those two actors.
Yeah.
Chadwick Boseman had played on a soap opera in the early 2000s, and they wanted him to be like a teenager that like got mixed in with a gang. And he basically at that time we're saying like 2003. He was like. I don't really want to play like this stereotype. Can we do something else with my character? And they fired him.
Wow.
And guess who they brought in?
Killmonger.
Michael B. Jordan. Replaced him with that right there. And then later he found out like, oh my God, like, you know, he's just auditioning. He's just a guy trying to take a role. Yeah. But then he kind of found out that Chadwick Boseman had taken the role and basically left for kind of for his convictions, so for standing up for that. And he was like, well, that dude's badass. And then ended up being in this movie with him. So they've got kind of this history. So there's almost already like this kind of passing the torch thing or like.
Do you know the movie that was?
It was it was a soap opera. It was it was like a daily soap opera. I don't remember.
Fuck that soap opera.
Fuck the soap opera. Yeah. I mean, outside of that, I don't really know what they were trying to do with the character that much, but like, I just thought it was kind of cool that, you know.
You know what's really cool is we're just making up these stories.
Like, I don't know.
He makes up that story. I made up that one story about Andy Serkis. Like,
but again, right? We wrote all of this down. Everything's in cards. I'm reading this one right now. There's also one right here.
And I have one on my penis that Josh keeps looking at.
Yeah, if you want to take a look. I can't get a lot on it.
What if right there it was like Pulp Fiction where just like the gold? I'm like, oh.
Add that in post. We're going to add that in post right there. So, staying, you know, in the Marvel theme right here, the thing I kind of want to close on.
Yeah.
Bring it back around to the gaming.
Okay.
A little bit. There's a recent game that I've come around to.
Yeah.
It's not brand new, but it's still in its infancy.
I feel like it hit right pre-COVID.
It was like, I think it was the end of November last year, maybe even December, like right before Christmas. A little game called Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Yeah.
So we're going to bring a little picture up right there of it.
Yeah.
The box is super cool. Everything that you see on this box right here are the 10 heroes and villains that you get. 10 characters total.
No MODOK. My favorite.
No who?
MODOK.
Oh, MODOK. He is a character. You can't.
But he's not the starter set.
He's not a starter set.
He's awesome.
No one would buy it.
MODOK is.
No one would buy it.
MODOK is my favorite villain of all time. Dude, I know it's crazy. People are like, I told my dad that. I was like, dude, MODOK's my favorite. He was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's so cool looking. I want to get a badass tattoo of MODOK.
Head with like wrestling gear on his
little
fucking
stubby
head.
arms and legs, and he's in a chair.
Arms.
He's super smart. He's got like telekinesis and stuff.
I'm just like,
look him up. Look him up.
Super smart.
He looks cool as shit, dude.
I disagree.
MODOK. I don't know. I don't even know what his name stands for. It's an acronym for something.
I think it is.
That is super cool.
That is not cool.
Oh, come on.
You know what he looks like?
What? Patton Oswalt?
He's like a.
They keep having Patton Oswalt's voicing him.
They're showing him as like he'd be the guy. He looks like a sci-fi Humpty Dumpty.
Ouch.
It's true. That's why it hurts. I think it would be Patton Oswalt that played him.
It says he voices him. He's voicing him in the animated series.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's even lame.
I've always liked MODOK just because of the hit that large face is so creepy looking. He is kind of creepy. He's just like smiling and like creepy.
I wouldn't say he's cool.
Very
but
cool. I'm gonna cut. I wouldn't say, and it's just gonna be like Josh saying, he's cool. Like he's giving up, and he's just like
the thumbnail of this episode. Cool.
Yes,
you can be MODOK.
No,
you put yourself as
Josh is
MODOK.
Totally gonna be MODOK in the thumbnail. Oh my God. Yes.
Don't you do this.
Yes. And I'll be Rise Iphans.
Okay, all right, then I'm in. You be Rise Iphans, you bet. Then I'll be MODOK. This game's super cool. It's a superhero skirmish game. It's not specifically heroes versus villains. There's a few different ways that you can play. There are team affiliations, basically bonuses you can have for making squads of teams that kind of exist in the market.
It's kind of like the old X-Men games for like GameCube and shit, where you get like an affiliation bonus.
Yep, X-Men Legends 2.
Yeah, so good.
Alliance,
Those games were so good.
Ultimate
Alliance was so awesome.
Yeah, they were great games. Were there any villains in Ultimate? I mean, I guess
no.
Villain, right? Or Venom? Wasn't he in?
See, that's another one. Venom's not really, he's like an anti-hero. It's like Catwoman, you know, like Eddie Brock's still a good guy. He's just hungry.
I don't know if Eddie Brock's a good guy, but he's not necessarily a bad guy.
Yeah, he's not a bad guy.
Not black-hearted, evil-hearted.
Yeah,
so.
he's not like... Well, okay, so what's gameplay look like here?
All right, so gameplay is going to look
and I honestly have never played.
Yeah.
Josh literally told me 2 days ago or 3 days ago that he bought it.
Yep.
And we've been talking about it, like possibly getting it, but we just really got heavily into 40K now.
Yep.
Well, I think after the Indominus box, we're finally getting all our minis painted and everything.
Yeah.
I got to play my first 40K game the other day. Loved it.
Yep.
Really liked it.
I changed the paint scheme on my army again.
But it's so cool. I'll put a picture
Necrons. Up. Yeah.
It's on our Instagram.
It's turning out really nice. I'm really excited about it. The gameplay, it basically you're looking like the game's going to last for 6 turns. It's point-based, so you can score points by claiming objectives or whatever the crisis that you are kind of dealing with at hand. You know, you've got a list of guys.
What's the dice? Is it D10s,
okay, so
D6s?
I believe they're D8s actually, and they have they're not numerical. They have I think 2 hits, a critical, a blank, a miss, a wild, and may have missed a symbol or 2 on there, but something.
You're not
like
pulling
that.
out of a bag or anything.
So you're not pulling out of a bag.
Favorite.
You're basically rolling. However, the strength of an attack is you roll a certain amount of dice. However many hits you get is how much damage you're doing to the character you're attacking.
Okay. So it's like Star Wars, kind of.
Kind of. And that character then has a defensive value depending on what type of attacks. There's, I think, 3 attacks: physical, energy, and like a mystical or intellectual type attack.
Okay.
Mind control type things. MODOK bullshit. Yeah. And they would have an opportunity to make a defensive roll against that. So I'm trying to think of like a really good example of someone that would have like maybe a low physical attack like MODOK or physical defense like him, but maybe a stronger
like a Javier Bardem.
Yeah. That's who I'd get. Javier Bardem as MODOK. As an entire Marvel movie, he plays every character. All of them, man. You're looking at probably about an hour per game. You're probably going to be fielding somewhere between 3 and 6 characters. Being 4 and 5 is going to be the most common numbers. Okay. You're going to play to a certain threat level on a crisis, which are how many points that you have to spend on your characters. Right?
Okay.
So characters range between, I think, 2 and 6 threat right now. So like a 2 threat character is like someone maybe without as many superpowers like Black Widow.
Yeah.
Like she's a 2 threat character in the game. Now she might be really good for 2 threat. She might be well costed, but she doesn't quite measure character. Up to like Thor,
Iron Man.
Or, I think Iron Man's only like maybe a 4, but I think Thor is a 5. Yeah, right?
Thanos.
I think Thanos might be a 6.
MODOK.
MODOK actually might be a 6. I know. I don't know how that one slipped
I'm buying MODOK. I'm just going to buy him.
Yeah. Probably a cool model to paint.
At Mystical, Ryan ordered MODOK just for me.
Did he?
Yep, so they have a supply of MODOK.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Nobody's bought any.
How's it going over Mystical? Yee, sorry. No one's bought any of them.
100% cutting that out.
Fair. I think Hulk might be like a 6 or 7 threat character. Mm-hmm. But you're gonna be. I think you're.
See, that's the thing about Hulk is he's indestructible.
Yeah, I mean, I think on average they have kind of cool thing too. The profile cards that they have like a healthy side, and then once you've been kind of KO'd, you flip over and you have a damaged side or whatever. And some guys are maybe better, and then they can be worse,
basically taken out,
have
KO'd.
access to access to certain powers. And I think for the most part, the game is, depending on the scenario or the crisis that you're playing, it's more objective based than anything else. But I think there are some options of like scoring points for the characters that you've knocked out of your opponents.
So I guess my biggest question is, let's say you're playing, I don't know, a city, right? New York City. Okay. You're Spider-Man and Iron Man and Thor. Can you go on top of buildings? Like, can you like, how does he like scale a wall? How do they like?
Sure. Well, they either have an ability like wall climber.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man has.
Yeah.
And basically they just have kind of free range to move around, right?
There's no like inches or anything?
There are movement templates, but if they have flying or web crawler, then those don't really apply having to count up, right?
Okay, sure.
Because they can just kind of access any of that stuff.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, I take it there is like securing an objective is like a point. You know what I mean? It's like hold a point.
Yeah, typically it's going to be like holding a point and kind of fending that off. And sometimes
like a capture the flag kind of deal.
Stuff. Like you'll go and you'll take it and you'll move your guys somewhere else so someone can't grab it. So, mobility seems to be key. I haven't played a game. I've assembled all my models and I'm working on painting right now. I got...
what are the models? Yeah.
The ones that come in the starter. So you've got Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man, Black Widow, and Captain Marvel. Yeah. One of my least favorite characters in the Marvel Universe. In the starter, but really strong core with the other four, though. I think those are four really good choices.
Absolutely.
Right?
And Black Widow's a nice throw-in because she's not a superhero.
And it's kind of important to have like a
filler character,
like a 2-point type character for things like that to kind of fit into squads as you're going. And I kind of just like the character.
Black Widow's great, she's
cool.
But it's nice because you can throw that alongside Iron Man, and you're like, all right, Iron Man's flying around the whole fucking map. Yep. Black Widow's not doing that.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, she's gonna probably be a little more objective based, or kind of have some
espionage kind of stuff,
stealthy espionage type skills.
I'm excited to try it.
It seems really cool.
What do you got for villains?
Cool. So, and then the villains in it, Red Skull, Baron Zemo, Doc Ock. I like Baron Zemo. I'm fine with him. Doc Ock, super cool.
Super cool.
They all kind of have like a match from like the other end.
They seem like all mastermind-ish kind of guys on these.
Ultron.
Yeah.
And Crossbones, who's sort of the low-tier villain character. Yep. He's actually in Civil War, maybe, or one of the Captain America movies. I can't remember. He's just like he's a soldier. He's like a mercenary, and he's the guy that has like
that was in Avengers. Wasn't it? And they fight. They're fighting in that like African town, and they destroy like all of it. And then that's when they're like, "That's Civil War," because that's when they start shutting it down.
War. Yes, I think it's Civil War.
Because they like blew up the Hulk went crazy in that one and blew up the buildings and all that shit.
Yep. So he's in it. He's kind of the low tier guy. They seem good.
Yeah,
they seem really good. There's a scenario that comes with the core set, or you can download from Atomic Mass Games, who made it, where it's like you build squads to go up against Ultron. So there's sort of like a squad version that you can add to your team versus Ultron, and then I think there's sort of like a souped up version where you can bring a whole squad against a really powered up Ultron. And
cool.
Same thing with Thanos. I think he's got a thing where he gets access to the Infinity Stones and the Gauntlet. And
this sounds very cool.
The only thing, and it's not that I don't like it, but as a purist, I'm going to tell you what, I'm not going to be mixing a lot of villains with heroes, maybe at my own detriment, as far as from a real competitive sense. But like, I'm going to really be using those team affiliation cards.
Yeah.
I want to play all Avengers, or I want to be playing all like web slinger heroes like Spider-Man and his buddies and things like that. Or if I'm playing villains, I want to play like the Hydra guys or
Sinister Six.
Sinister Six. Yeah. So that kind of stuff.
I'll mix heroes and mix villains, but I wouldn't mix villains and heroes.
There you go. Yes, I agree. And I think in order to get the affiliations, which is like a leadership effect or like a squad effect they have, you only have to hit over 50%. So your whole squad doesn't have to, but the majority of your squad has to be.
And they're introducing X-Men?
X-Men's coming out on the 1-year anniversary of this game sometime in November, I believe it is. And it looks like the first mutants we're getting are Wolverine.
Of course.
Beast, Storm, and Cyclops.
Cool.
And then the first 4 Brotherhood of the Mutants that they're paired up with are Magneto. I love Magneto. Yeah, Magneto's super cool. Magneto, Toad, okay, he's probably the low-tier guy, whatever. Mystique and Sabretooth, who's like the Wolverine Brotherhood equivalent, right? So that's going to be awesome. There's some other really cool stuff coming out. You guys should check out, if you feel like it, Atomic Mass Games and kind of look at their catalog of guys. Black Panther's out. I really want to get that. I've seen a lot of really cool models, paint jobs of him, sort of in honor of here recently in some groups that I'm in on Facebook. Yeah. I don't know. You get access to some really cool characters, and there's just so many characters in Marvel that like we've got years worth of releases, and then power creep sets into a game, and they'll re-release characters souped up a little bit more. Like, well, here's Wolverine in year 5 of this game instead of year 2.
Old Man Logan style.
You bet. Things like that. Yep. So, anyways, really looking forward to trying this game out. The models look fantastic. Yeah. We'll probably put a picture up maybe of the Spider-Man.
Yeah, put a bunch of them up on Instagram and Facebook and stuff.
And so, wish Bobby good luck as he, you know, I feel like you're going to be a bad guy in this. I'm going to
do only MODOK.
Okay. I'm bringing the Spider-Man, the web slingers. I got Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Gwen Stacy, Ghost Spider.
That's cool.
I think that might be all they have right now. They are bringing some more
Venom
to that. Yeah, but I think he's in the like the villain side of it.
Sure.
But I'm not gonna.
You ain't mixing.
So I'd probably put Iron Man in that squad.
That's a cool.
Iron Man's pretty dope.
And he was in Homecoming.
He was in Homecoming right there. Peter
Parker. Or Welcome Home.
Welcome Home. Homecoming.
Oh, was it?
It was Homecoming.
That's right.
Far From Home.
Far From Home. That's it. Yeah.
But hopefully you guys had a good time.
Yeah.
Listening. Obviously, we had a really good time doing it. And until next week, bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm the bad guy.